Well, I just looked at this thing and noticed that that headdress is pretty high right there. So I just took a big piece out of that. Just kind of outlining where the head would be if he didn't have a headdress on. I want to keep as much of that gray there as I can, so I'm just going to cut up behind that. Cuts this out in there and just kind of okay, now just take that out. Well, that'll be glued back. I knew it. That's that natural break there I told you about, and it broke. Well, while it's off, I'll go ahead and... Man, I hate that. It's nearly like cheating gluing it back. I think I can kind of lay that out as a alright, so that's going to be a little ear that folds down. And nobody but us will know why. They'll actually think that I broke the whole thing off. I did take time the other day to hone up all these chisels real well. So I'm going to do some little detailing on the eye. Run that upper lid on out. I don't think I really need to a lot, but I'm going to get some kind of this tool and kind of flatten out the eyelid, because it's got a pretty good bump on it there, and especially coming down this way. This other one looks pretty good. It's a little out of shape. So I'm just going to do this with a V tool and just kind of barely sit in the upper lid, not going real deep with that at all. In fact, I think I'm going to move it back a little bit. Let that be a wrinkle. Just kind of scrape it out on the bottom. Not too worried about that one that I put in there, obviously too low, because you can just make it look like wrinkles. Do the same thing over here. Except since now I've put in one, I kind of know where to go with this one the first go around. You're going to get a kind of a medium for this part of the face gouge, and just cut in some valleys, which will also make some ridges. And on this, just kind of letting the gouge and the grain determine where I go with that. That muscle right there on the American Indian is always, I like to exaggerate it. And then just keep pulling them down and until it doesn't look good. Want it to look nice, but I don't want it to look all worn out. That kind of smoothing. I want to get a little bit off the bottom lip up there, but not too much, and I sure don't want it cracking like that. So I'll go the other way. And here, just kind of nitpicking, smoothing off rough places that I think need to be smooth. This is where the, I guess I'd say, the artistic license kick in, or personal taste. What you want to be smooth or what you want to be rough. Turning it over, turning the gouge over to have a smooth transition of form. And wherever that ends, you can turn it around and stick the other side in there. What I mean is, like right up there, when you turn this gouge over and it cuts in there, well, it'll fit right in there to trim it out and make it look pretty again. Okay, I'm going to do a little quick fix on this nose that I broke off of here. I was prying that out, and which now I realized that this, I was going to leave that as an ear. It's got to go way on back, so that's really, I'll probably just cut that off too. But this broke off, I was prying down, and this happens quite a bit when I do cottonwood bark, so I do have to keep some super glue handy, and I'll show you just a quick. I also get the quick set. It'll make it set nearly instantly. Okay, I've got this laying down flat now, so the glue won't hopefully run everywhere. I've got a new bottle, and this is a thin glue. I like the thin stuff, unless I need to really fill a crack, and I'll just use the nozzle there to spread it around. And this is trial and error too. We'll just see how it goes. I do have trouble with this stuff going bad on me pretty quick, but anyway, I'll put it on one side and then I'll test fit that where I kind of got it on both sides, and mash it down, and while that overflow is coming out, I hit it with this instant set, and that'll foam it up too. You can see the foam there, but it is glued. That's my quick fix. And now, since I've got this looking at this direction, there's all kinds of things I need to work on just looking at it from a different angle. So I'm going to leave this here and do a quick little readjustment on some stuff. Okay, it's a big difference looking at it from this angle to the straight up and down like I had it. These nostrils need to be cut back on the bottom. They look good from the on top, but man, and that's going to have me to go in there and get a lot of the everywhere I cut to adjust it. I'm gonna have to go back in and kind of work some stuff around there. But it's a good deal, and just something I forgot on this one. And also something that I'm going to do up there is where I got to put the glue. I'm going to cut that all out. And I don't know if y'all have ever carved glue, regular glue carver, especially dealing with cottonwood bark, but it kind of pulls, and have to kind of be careful that you don't do damage to the wood around there. And at this point, all I want to do is just get the glue off of it, especially the foamy parts. And here I'm just cutting up under the nose, and I'm going to hold it up there to keep it, give it a little support. I was going to say to keep it from breaking again, but it may break again. Just hollowing that out, because that's going to cast a nice shadow down on the face, I hope. You can see how that glue line pretty much just disappears up under there. Then V-tool it. And here I'm just kind of following the shape of like where his forehead would be. But it's so far up under there, it really doesn't matter a whole lot. You just need to kind of get close where it looks. Not going for perfection, just giving the idea, the thought that, okay, his head goes back up under there, under the headdress. I'll look at it from over here, and that's pretty good. And when you pull it up like that, you see the shadow there. And that's kind of what I was going for.